4 and 3.
All right. Hello.
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 Out in the park once again because I have to freaking record a introductory video once again. I feel like my whole life is just a repeat because I'm still trying to freaking apply for these freaking teaching jobs.
Oh yeah.
And every time it's something new, so I'm like, okay, let me just record a generic one this time. I'm never recording again. I'm done after this. Either they're going to take me or they're not. Because this time I'm trying to go specifically, like at least try to maybe specifically do teaching CS or something, or teaching science or tech or something.
Yeah.
And what's annoying also is that like my certificate hasn't come yet. Like they're still grading that final thing. I'm wondering if I fell for a freaking scam. Like I don't think so, but they're just taking their sweet old time. It was supposed to be graded by August 8th. So they had over a week to grade it. It's literally like just give me the A. Like I don't care. Like just give me the A. I don't know why they're acting like, like as if anyone cares that this company is doing this certificate. It's not even a big company. Gosh. Just give me the A, give me the certificate. I did your bull crap, I did your little quizzes. Gosh.
Well, Jabari.
Cause
Patience is a virtue.
oh yeah, because I all I can say is I don't know if I can stay in this job that long. That's all I'll say. It's my second
Why?
day.
Why not? What happened?
So, okay,
From all the
so
messages earlier, it sounded like you had a good day to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. So basically, I came in early, just like the guy
What
who was
the
there.
heck?
What?
What happened to your audio?
hello, can you hear me?
Now I can.
I think sometimes it switches to the other mic, and basically, I think one of my AirPod mics are trash and broken. One of them is perfect. So sometimes it switches automatically. I probably need to just force it to stay on one, but that's too much work. Can you still hear me?
Okay. Yep, I'm here.
Oh yeah. Well, by the way, I'm in the Portsmouth Park. I like this park. Not gonna lie.
You should have told me. I would have joined you.
No, probably. I don't
No.
know. No, because I still have to record this thing afterwards. So it would just be recorded for just an hour or like a podcast for an hour, then you drive back.
Yeah.
Wait, let me not freak out this seagull. I can see it getting all awkward and anxious because I got closer. Guys, calm down. I'm not gonna do anything to you. You can fly anyway. But I come into work, because again, they still haven't like it's just irresponsible. I don't know what's up with these. Like, I I think I just accidentally discovered something that like the process is very, very bad at this warehouse with
Yeah.
everything. Because it could be, well, I still think that what's it called? That supervisor is just being a douche. But I think like initially she just had no clue what she's doing. Like, say the initial, like, good morning, and we have no work today for 3:30 or whatever. I think
Yeah.
initially that was they're just completely unorganized. But, me continually asking, which I guess is just unheard of, someone actually being confused why they're not working when, they just applied for the job and apparently got the job. But I still haven't got like any information at all for my because I've technically worked well, I've been there 2 days technically for the orientation and then that first day of work where I was just picking up the boxes as you heard. Was it yesterday where we made that podcast? Was it 2 days ago?
2 days
What?
ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. I mean, it won't be 2 days ago for the viewers, but for us.
2 days ago
What's
for us.
by the way, is another thing. What kind of annoys me, just a side tangent, is that because the podcasts are usually like at the very minimum a week behind, sometimes I'll talk about something and I swear it'll show up on the news, like exactly what I talked about. Or like something will happen, exactly what I talked about. But then it will sound like I wasn't like profound and talked about it early because I'm releasing the podcast later. So it sounds like, oh, he's just responding to the news. Why, like a random podcast episode? But then it's like, no, I talked about this like a month ago before the news finally talked about it. I'm trying to think. What was
So why don't you
that
give
happened recently?
context to what you're talking about now?
I'm trying to think. What it was something about the AI. I forgot what it was. It was something about either the AI or the jobs. Oh yeah, yeah. It was about the CS job market basically. I was saying like how the like in a podcast on my own. I was talking about how AI and whatever bullcrap is ruining CS, the major, and how like basically there's no point even applying for a job. Blah blah blah. And then here I am at UPS. Blah blah blah. But I talked about that
Mm,
like a month ago, and it still hasn't come out yet. The episode where I talk about it because I try to spread it out.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
wait, before I even talk about this, what the heck is that on the? Oh my gosh, it's just raw chicken on the freaking pier. What the heck? Let me take a picture of this so I can
Do
make
you
this
still like?
the freaking
Do you,
picture of the
do you,
podcast.
do you still like the park now?
What you say?
Do you still like the park?
No, no, I already parked. I'm walking right now.
No, I said, do you still like the park? Because you said you like it, and then you saw the raw
Uh,
chicken.
Maybe not these piers where people go fishing. I was like, oh, let me go to walk around the pier so I can look at the water while I talk. But now I see some freaking raw chicken. Maybe that's why that seagull was there. Because someone just put some freaking raw chicken. I took a picture. That's going to be the freaking thumbnail of the podcast. I hope this podcast goes viral. Like one of us gets famous, or like something happens and this podcast gets viral, and we're used as like a almost like a time capsule or something of like how
Yeah,
things work. This is raw. This is raw emotional talking or raw freaking like time like historical fact. It could happen after we're dead. It finally goes viral 300 years from now. We're like, oh, so that's what it was like in the 2000s. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah. So that job. So of course, I still don't have the freaking like I don't know anything about the like what I'm supposed to be doing other than that bag day. So I assumed I would walk into work because he told me to talk to him. I thought I would talk to him. He would like tell me how to sign in because I still don't even know how to do my time schedule. Like I don't know if he's even accurately putting my time. It could be he's putting an hour off or something. I don't know.
yeah,
But I don't even know how to put log my time. So I came into work early or whatever, and nope. He like I thought it was going to be put back on the bag thing because I was like, okay, my arms are not hurting as much, and I think I got a groove of it now, you know. So like even though it sucks and it's like brain dead work and it hurts, like I was like, okay, but it's exercise, And my hope, one of the benefits is that technically getting paid to exercise because the whole point of like I want to get big, but no, he shows me this one dude who's gonna quote train me. All he did was do stretches. He just said, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna do these stretches every morning, and I'm just gonna do a little safety information." Where he just says it. He just says like, "Oh, what happens when there's a hazmat thing? If something's leaking, what do? You walk away and you tell your supervisor and something else. I don't know." But then, so that was it. So then I was like, what the heck do I do? That was like a 5 minute thing. So then, uh, they're like, okay, so you're on the brown line. So we're going to put you, they were going to
whoa,
put
that's
me like,
racist.
or maybe it's the blue line, what, brown or blue. But I was on the brown, like I was going to pack in stuff in the trucks basically. So at first, they put me at the very end of the line because that's going to be the easiest because the boxes that end up coming to me are going to be only my boxes if everyone's picking up their boxes correctly if I'm at the
Yeah,
very last truck. But then I think it was that packy girl. Oh, someone's coming to fish. I'll walk away. But I think it was that packy girl. uh Hopefully that would be crazy irony if the person happens to be here. That would be crazy. But I think it just like I'm not sure, but I think it's the packy where they moved me to the middle of the trucks. So because I'm in the middle, that means now I have to like look through all the boxes and make sure like, this one's mine. Luckily, I only did one truck, but because I had to look through all these different boxes at once, it's a little complicated, because I have to make sure I put the right box into the right truck or whatever. And like say on a normal day, like if I was a normal employee, I might have 3 trucks I have to do that for. Where I have to look at, say, number 86, put it in the 86 truck, and number 87, put in the 87, number 89, put in the 89. So I have to constantly keep track of these numbers, and like because the boxes will come down from an assembly line, so I have to make sure that I catch them on the assembly line before they pass by those trucks. But luckily, I only
yeah.
had one. So then she's like, like even the supervisor, like when I got switched to the middle, the supervisor who was like kind of teaching me, or like the supervisor for that lane, was like confused. She was like, "Oh, that's weird that they're moving you to this one. Like this is your first day. Like why would they move you here on your first day? This is a little more complicated." And I was just thinking that whole time, that's her trying to get back because she probably knows, like, obviously, like, my name is unique. So no other Jabari in that place. So when she sees, oh, what's your name? Jabari, she knows, oh, this is the guy who sent that email. So she probably purposely put me to wanted to make my quote first day as hard as possible, kind of thing. Within reason, because obviously she can't do something crazy because then everyone would like question it. Because I don't
Yeah.
think anyone else knows about, like, that email other than her and her supervisor, and supervisor, blah, 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 blah. So, while being taught, the thing that's confusing about it is that, like, basically how the UPS stuff works, they have certain sections of the truck that they want you to put the boxes in because it's, like, where
Mhm.
their route is. So, like, say 100 is the first stop that they go. So, certain boxes need to be in the 1,000, and then say it'll be 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,000, all the way to almost 2,000 or whatever. So you have to, like, say you get, like, your first box is 1,500. Well, it needs to be kind of in the middle because you got to fit all these other 1,000 boxes that will come throughout the whole day. But you have to do that for like up to 9,000. So there's 10 different sections, I think. Was it 10? I think it was 10. Yeah, there's like
Are you
10
asking
different
me?
sections. I'm just trying to remember. I think there were 10 different sections. So you have to like constantly be like almost like Tetris and predicting like, okay, this box is kind of big, so I'm going to put it right here in preparation for other boxes that might come. Or this box is kind of small, I'm going to put it here. They call stuff wallpapers where you can put it on the like put it directly on the wall if they're flat and stuff like that. So you have to
Yeah.
be thinking about that. You have to find your number. You got to make sure it's 86. Oh, well, that's what my number was, my truck. So I got to make sure, okay, it's 86. Then I gotta look at 86. Okay, it's say 2,250. So I need to put it in the 2,000 section, slightly near the middle, kind of left a little bit, and hope that doesn't take up space because this is like the whole day you're going to be packing these boxes. Like I didn't move from that truck that whole day, so it will pile
Jesus.
up. It will get very, very full. So if you mess up like your packing, you'll get screwed because you'll run out of space. And then if you run out of space, of course, you get in trouble. And then the thing
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
annoying was that, like, there's these numbers on it, very small. It's like right by the barcode, where it's like, the barcode has nothing to do with me. But by this barcode, there's like four numbers. Let's just say it's 9416. You have to make sure that 9416 matches the sticker on the other side of the box. Because if it doesn't, oh, that means that was a mistake by the machine or something. Sometimes it double stickers or something, like a mess up. And if you don't catch that, then you apparently you'll get punished for it. Where I'm like, that's not even my fault that there's a mess up. How am I supposed to? And then what's the issue is you're supposed to catch all these mess ups while being quick. Like you have to do all of it and not get behind because remember that assembly line is always moving with more boxes.
Yeah.
So it's practically impossible. You just have to get lucky and happen to catch it. Because I was asking them, I was like, "How do you like really catch this?" And he's like, that stuff like that passes all the time. I was almost fired for it. I'm like, what the heck? How are you gonna get fired for something that's not even your fault? And then not only is it not your fault, how can you even notice it when they're constantly pressuring you to go faster and not let the boxes pass your truck or whatever? And that's just with one. They said tomorrow, apparently, I'm going to get two trucks. That I'm like, what the heck? I'm barely keeping up with just one truck. I'm already supposed to do two trucks soon. I want to go back to that package, that where I'm just dumping the boxes. I'll take that any day because I don't have to like stress about it. There's no like fear. Like it's that pressure. I don't want that type of pressure, especially for a
Yeah.
job like this. Like what the heck? And that's too much. Like it's too much to like worry about. And then like if it was like just a mess up where it's just like, oh hey, don't you like you messed up that one time, it's okay. But it's the fact that they said that, oh yeah, you'll get pulled into the office for every time you mess up that. I'm like, what the heck? It almost sounds like I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm like, it almost sounds like she's trying to find an excuse to like, fire me, like, like hoping that I mess up on this kind of complicated thing, so that she can be like, oh, well, you're not up for the UPS standard, so we're just gonna fire you. And if she does that, oh, I got an email waiting. I already have my argument because I'm
You are
like,
the email king, huh?
but I'm like, is it a coincidence? Like, let's just say I got fired within a week. I'm like, is it a coincidence that the person that I complained about is suddenly, they fire me? I'm going to file an employee a complaint or something. I can sue for that mess. But anyway, while we're doing that, I have headphones in. I'm not even listening to music. I just have them in because I was going to wait until I got into a groove
This
to
call
actually
is
turn
no
on the
longer
music.
being recorded.
I was gonna wait until I actually had the music playing, or like I got into a groove to actually start playing the music.
Yeah.
So I just had them in my ear because you know how AirPods are. You don't even notice them after a while, even if they're not playing music. But then all of a sudden, I hear the Packy or people talking about Packy, you know, and then I see the one of the supervisors. I guess the supervisor under her is walking around saying, "Hey, it's a new rule. No one can listen to music anymore. You have to take off the headphones." And everyone's super confused because you're doing this for, let's just say, 7 hours, 6 hours without music, without like you're just doing it. You're just putting boxes down. So
That's
everyone was
torture.
pissed. People were pissed. Like they were about to rebel. Like one dude was listening to it anyway. He got called into the office. And I wasn't like I couldn't hear what he was saying, but he was saying like, because he was saying like, okay, why are you guys doing this? Like, is this a corporate rule? Is this like just a happen to be rule by she just picked one day to do this rule? So he was pissed. Everyone was pissed. Like they were saying that they're going to start bringing speakers now, like as rebellion, and just blast music.
Like, who knows what I feel like they're not, because I feel like
They probably don't want to get fired or get in trouble, and they're just venting. But that would be funny if it did happen.
You know what would make it better?
What?
If you're the one that brings in the speaker.
That's what I do wonder how much like control I have because at least the two top supervisors, they for sure know I sent that email. And I have their supervisor on speed dial. So if anything if I feel any pressured, like any situation, I'm calling the HR. I got their phone number on speed dial, and I'm calling their supervisor on speed dial. I wonder if they know. Because I still don't know which one was Packy though. Because I feel like
This call will be
I
recorded.
feel like I had a feeling one of them were, but I didn't know for sure.
You
all I
sent me a
know
picture
is
of her.
no, I didn't.
Uh-huh.
Okay, anyway, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you did. You went online and found her.
Oh no, 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 no. Then that person, I think the Packy person's older. So
Oh.
it's definitely not that person I sent you.
I would hope not.
Unless
That's
they
day
used a
name.
bunch of freaking filters.
Mm.
So I
Do they
think
have
it's an
hair like that?
older. It didn't seem like it. Like I think it was an
Because
older
that's not a
lady.
common name. That's not a common name.
That's why I knew that everyone was talking about it. It seems like because remember, I went to two separate sections. So I was in the upper level section where they're just dumping the initial boxes and stuff and scanning them.
Uh-huh.
And then I was at the packing part. And every time her name was brought up, like in an obviously negative, like, oh, we hate her way. Where I'm like, so this whole warehouse apparently hates her. Where like she's just a douchebag in general. She's just a mean person in general. Like everyone has something to say about her, like how she's just rude or mean, or like, she takes stuff like in a weird direction, or like she's taking it out on the employees or whatever.
Yeah.
And what's weird also is that every other supervisor seems very, very friendly, at least so far. They seem normal. Like maybe some seem impatient, some seem like, okay, like, obviously if you slow down, this person's gonna yell at you kind of thing. But they don't seem like outwardly mean. The only person I hear people complain about every time is that Packy girl, which is crazy to
So
me.
I offered. to bring in my katana. I just wonder how you feel about that.
That's why I told you I think you would be a village hero because I think everyone dislikes her. Like if she got fired, I don't think anyone would be like remiss. Like, oh man, no, not Packy. I think everyone would be happier because it seems like she's just the one. She's the one who does everything, seemingly. Like say with the
You
headphone
know?
thing, she created enemies with that head, and I think she did that. That's what I forgot to say. I think she did that because she saw me with the headphones in.
Yeah.
Because like like apparently everyone else was shocked that she randomly did it. And I think this was her first day back because she wasn't there on that Saturday. Because I think they were probably I don't know, but I don't think she was
Someone
there.
possibly got her suspended.
Yeah. So her first day back, she's already starting crap. So it seemed like she definitely did that on a whim. Also, I heard this is the last thing. I heard that HR is coming up or something, or either HR or the what do you call them? Who are the people who
Corporate?
not corporate, the like where employees are all part of one thing. What's it
The
called?
union?
Yeah, union. I heard the union's coming up, and people are saying they hate when the union comes. I don't know why, but apparently the union is coming, and I wonder if it's because of my complaint.
If
So
Packy gets in more trouble, she may kill you.
yeah, yeah. So it could be, but it could be that that headphone thing was just coincidence. It could be that it's just that like like now that union's coming or whatever corporate is coming, that she wants the place to seem like it works how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
But
But what
or
do
it
you
could have been
think?
a direct attack. I mean, I'm a little suspicious. That's all I'm saying. I'm just a little suspicious. Like the fact that
As you should.
I moved to the middle truck, all of a sudden headphones are a bad thing. Just a little suspicious. But for me, I'm chilling because like apparently like they were even saying like, oh, you did really well for packing like on your first day. Like you did really well. Blah 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 blah. Because my pack was exquisite,
The fact that you said you kind
exquisite.
of have to like do like Tetris when I woke up
Yeah.
and saw those messages, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Because I'm nervous because I know that now I'm being watched. I probably would have been that way regardless of the genre. Especially now that I know like every single thing I do is being watched, or like they're waiting for an opportunity to like
Yeah.
yell at me or get me in trouble or do some type of thing. So I'm trying to just be stay away, stay quiet, and just do the work, leave. And they even told me. They even said, like on that first day where I was doing that the box dumping, they're saying like, just stick to yourself because there are a lot of a-holes in the company or in the
Yeah.
warehouse. And I think that person they're probably talking about was Packy. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna cause any drama. Like when I hear them talking about Packy, or when I hear them talking about something that's like ironically completely related to that email, like where it's just coincidence, like they're slowly learning what's happening. Like, oh, corporate's coming, or oh yeah, I don't know why she did this, or oh, I don't know, blah blah blah. Blah. I'm just keeping quiet. I'm being secret agent about it. They don't need to know what happened, who I am. I'm just a nice, friendly, quiet, perfect employee. Especially they don't need to know that I tech not that I have a backup plan, but like I'm not completely desperate for the job kind of level. Like I am, but they don't need to know that, oh, I have a master's in computer science. Or oh, I went overseas or something. Nope. I'm just gonna be just happen to be here. Just working a job. I'm not gonna make any friendships. Well, other than like, being friendly, I'm not gonna create any friendships. They don't need to know anything about me. I'm gonna be a ghost. And then, like, let's say something happens, I'm just gonna disappear. I'm just gonna quit. Be like, yeah, yeah, I'm quitting. I found a job, and just leave. And then
You know, Packy
that's
may like body shame you right before you leave, right?
what might what?
What would you do if like Packy tries to body slam you before you leave?
I mean, by that time, I'm probably gonna be ripped. I'm probably gonna be ripped. So I'm gonna pick her up. Just People just in shock. They don't know what to say. And then there's just gonna be
Hell,
a
I wouldn't
slow
know what to
clap.
say.
A
I would just be
slow.
staring at you.
It's gonna be like Painted Hinata. You gonna see me pick her up. Almighty push.
Almighty push.
Was there anything else? Oh yeah. The other thing. I mean, I don't think anything's gonna come from it though. I'm just saying it. Just who knows? Maybe the podcast is a mystical device to make good luck. But I did get an email. I mean, but then again, I'm not exaggerating it, trying to act like, oh, this is like a chance for me. I'm just saying I got an email saying like, oh, we saw your resume. You should apply to Shanghai for NVIDIA. But I think that's just a spam crap that they just send out. Like I'm still gonna apply because if I got that job, I'd be chilling. I'd be set for life. Well, not set for life, but I'd be set because I would be
Yeah.
working at a big company. I'd be in the area I want to be, like in the like city type of city I want to be, and I would have a good pay for once. So I would be
Did you
free.
not have a good pay at the other place?
No, I was getting
Like,
paid probably less than I'm paid now, unironically.
really? I thought
I
like
was,
for Hong Kong standards you were getting paid well. I mean,
for Hong Kong standards, though, I was paid okay. Like I was paid like I don't know
like it was
actually.
decent.
I wouldn't say decent, but it was
I mean,
like.
you because you had a really nice place. So
But remember, that was far out. Like that's like saying you got a nice place in Arkansas. Where it's like, well, you live in Arkansas, you're in the middle of nowhere, so of course your house is bigger, kind of thing. I was in Banling.
mm,
I wasn't in Hong Kong Island. I wasn't in Kowloon. Those are the places everyone wants to be in because that's the business centers. I wasn't even in the like the slightly. I was literally on the border of Hong Kong to Shenzhen, where now it's China, where it's like you're like is not saying there like is a hick town or whatever because remember it's still a nice apartment and everything, but it's like it's the equivalent of being in the boonies where
yeah.
it's like oh I haven't even heard of that area before, like where people who lived in Hong Kong all their life never heard of it, or like it takes me an hour just to get to work. If I wanted to get into the main city, it takes 2 hours. Well, 2 hours by train. If I had my own car or if I took a taxi every day, it would be 30 minutes to get to the main city. But I'm not paying that. So of course it was a 2 hour mass transit ride to the main city. Hour 30 minutes to get to the job.
And which one was the main city? Shenzhen?
No, the main
Shenzhen?
like no, there's Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the whole country slash city. And then like basically when people think Hong Kong, they think Hong Kong Island. There's the island where it's like, it's the mix of Western culture and Eastern culture. Oh, yeah, we're the international city, blah, 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 cringe. That's where all the
Mm.
expats, that's where all the finance banks and all that crap is. Like where you see that skyline of Hong Kong, that's the Hong Kong Island. Then there's Kowloon. Kowloon is just as good as Hong Kong Island, but it's not as like international. Like people in Kowloon are basically all just Chinese.
Yeah.
Like there's still stuff there. Like it's still like a good area. It's just like historically, Kowloon is like the Chinese area. And then they call the new territories. That's when they start expanding out even further. And there were some good parts of new territories, which is where I wanted to be. That's where the job is. Well, yeah, where the job is, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the like the new territories. I'm like literally the outer ring where no one goes. The only reason you would go to, say, Fanling is because you knew someone in Fanling or you lived there. That's it.
So pretty much you were in the boonies.
Yeah, I was in the full boonies. There's nothing there. Like when I left work, there was no food. I had to eat McDonald's all the time. My one grocery store had freaking cockroaches.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like in the freezer, there were cockroaches. I'm like, what
So
the?
you were eating cockroach infested food.
I probably was.
You know,
I would go
Jabari,
back. I would go back. That's all I'm saying. I would go back. So that tells you all you need to know. I would go back today.
why don't you go back then, huh?
Well,
How about
because there's
that?
no one's hiring. No one's hiring. Not even Hong Kong.
Well, no one's hiring here, so why don't you just go back there and just enjoy?
Yeah, enjoy for approximately maybe a week. I could probably last a week with my savings right now because that hotel is the thing that kills you. Or I mean, if I didn't have the hotel, I'd probably live for a long time. I mean, I'd be homeless, but I'd probably last a while because the food was cheap. If you knew the place, like food was cheap.
You know what sucks?
What?
I would say let's just go and like try to like make a way, but I blew my entire savings.
And there's no way you could do it. Well, I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
you could get a tourist visa and then just hope within that 30 days you find something. You're just going desperate mode and find something within those 30 days until you have to go back.
dude, I would literally just find anything, even if it's like at that McDonald's, I would work there.
No, no, I don't think they sponsor visas for McDonald's. You have to get like an actual like office job for you to like not sponsor the visa, but to get the visa. The people who are actually like, checking like, okay, we're gonna give him the visa. They're not gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh well, he's working at McDonald's, just give him the visa. Come on. No. So like, what the heck is this? Like the only reason I can get a visa easily is because I went to the Hong Kong university or whatever, like a Hong Kong
yeah,
university. If you go to a Hong Kong university, you like as long as you get a job offer, well, a job offer that makes sense, like not McDonald's, but like any type of job offer, you can easily get a visa. And then it's different from a work visa because like like let's say I start working in China, like actual mainland China. My work visa, I would be bound to that job in a way. Like if I got fired, I would have to rush to find a new person to hire me, or I would get kicked out the country because you have to be working to have the work visa. But the Hong Kong one that I have, nope. Like if I get the visa, like if I get a job offer and I get the visa, I could quit that day, and I have 2 years until I need to find another job. Technically, so I mean that's a benefit for me, but I can't find a job in the first place.
well, good, because if I can get benefited from it, I don't want you to either. No, I'm just kidding. Um, dude, I
Right?
actually I'm kind of fearful for you, like
Yeah.
with Packy and like how everything's going at work.
Like I think my biggest worry, I think, like that's why I wish I was just doing that one job where I'm just picking up packages because it's simple. Like you can't mess it up. And
Yeah,
because I don't know what it is with me, where every job I've had so far, I mean, I've only had 2 jobs, but every job I have so far, I never really receive help. Like, it's like I'm just dropped into the job. I don't know if that's just normal because, I've only had 2 jobs to, like, have an idea of how this stuff works.
yeah.
I all I know is those 2 jobs, every time I was just dropped. Like, there's no training. It's just like, "Okay, your first day, just do it." I'm like, "What the heck?" So it happened for, white collar work, it happened for blue collar work. Every time, you just dropped. Where I'm like, "I thought I was supposed to get a training session, so I don't mess up," you know? Like, where she was saying, like, "Oh, usually I tell my people, you gotta look at these certain boxes," or whatever. So did they get training? Did they get some type of training that I didn't get? Like, what the heck? Why is it always me?
For the job I interviewed for today, I asked the same question 3 times just so I knew like what to expect. And that question, like in layman's terms, the question was, "What is my job?" That's literally what I asked her, right? Because but I asked it from different perspectives. I was like, as far as the company is concerned, what are my expectations? What can my day to day look like? Blah 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 blah. Just so I know like what the company expects of me. And she's like, okay, that was a good question. Any other questions? I said yes.
Ooh.
Since you're my manager,
Wait, did she
since
actually
you're my
answer
man,
it?
yeah, she did.
Or she just ignored what you asked? It's like,
No, no,
"Whoa."
no, no. I just get past it. I just get past
Okay,
it.
I
So
was
she was just
about
like,
to say,
no, no.
that's
She was like,
crazy.
she gave me the answer, she gave me like the metrics, like all the stuff like that the company like cares about, blah blah blah, like how it's broken down and like how like that fits into the work week and all that stuff, like all the, you know, necessities. So she gave me that. I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, as my manager, what are your expectations of me? I said, because like if we're going to be working together, I need to know like what you expect. So therefore, like when I, mind you, the entire time I never said if I started or like or if I start or if I get hired. I always said like so like when I come here on my first day, I know what to expect from you. And I was like, so therefore, you and I don't have any like miscommunication, right? On what's expected. And I was like, I personally hate that shit. Like, and I accidentally cursed. So I actually hate that shit. So hopefully, like what you say now is like how we're gonna keep it, right? So there was that. And then the last way I worded it, I said, okay, so what am I going to be doing exactly? Like I tried thinking of a way to like make it sound all professional and like interviewee, but I was like, I just need to ask it. Like I asked the professional way for the company, I asked like on a personal level for her. Now I need to be selfish. What am I going to be doing? And she told me, right? And I was like, okay, that's like what I expected. I just wanted to know for sure. And she said, now don't get me wrong, because like I told you, Jabari, I didn't know that this was an assistant manager position when I first applied. She was like, yeah, so like your position really is like an assistant manager, team lead position. Like I expect you to like, I'm going to train you for it, but I'm going to expect you to run the place like when I'm not here or even when I'm here and I have other stuff to do. And I was like, that's perfect. And she was like, really? I said, yeah, because like I don't really want to deal with, people all that much, like customers unless I have to. Um, and I was like, but if I did, I just needed to know. So like, I'm not blindsided because like if I start and then you tell me I have to go do this, like, and there's a customer involved and I thought it was one thing before I said I might quit. Or like I would quit in that circumstance possibly. And she was like, well, it's a good thing that we ironed that out. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, do you have any more questions? I was like, no. And like, she literally gave me the job, which is crazy because I told her,
Also, you
like, if
haven't.
you lied. Yeah, like I'll start September 2nd.
Like, so what
I told her
is
like,
this company? Because you've been like, I don't know if you just don't want to say it.
oh
Like,
yeah, I'm
I
not
don't know
saying it on the
what's happening.
podcast. I'll text it to you,
So
but I'm
is
not
there
gonna say
no
it on
way
the
to
podcast.
say it like in a like
Nope. There's no pig
really?
Latin for it.
Well,
Yeah.
like not the company name, but like what you're like what
Oh,
actually
it's
doing
gotcha.
or what
That's
the
probably what I
company
should
does.
probably should ask what I oh yeah, so like it's in the finance industry. It's pretty much like a loan consultant. Pretty much I approve like I determine if people get like qualified or approved for certain loans and blah 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 blah, all stuff like that.
It actually
But
makes
like
sense that that would be a like a type of company or job that's like hiring, because I feel like
yeah.
with how terrible the market is and everything, everyone's gonna be trying to like get loans or credit cards just to pay off anything.
Yep. And my tenure with car sales, and even when I was working for Capital One in the past, like years and years ago, like both of those jobs alone make this job perfect for me as I'm like getting all the certain certifications for cybersecurity because like oh I forgot to give you the update on that, man. So I applied for this one job, right? And like the recruiter reached out to me, we were talking, and I was like, look, man, like this is what I have. And he was like, yeah, like, what certifications do you have? I told him what I was studying for. And he said, hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, they don't really train here at this job. So like if you don't have like he told me what I need to do. He was like, if you don't have like this knowledge, you're like it's going to be extremely stressful. And he said that's why we have such a high turnover rate because people will apply, they don't like have the whatever, and it's just like too stressful for them. And I was like, oh really? Okay. Hmm. I was like, so what do I need to do? Like, what do you suggest to study? And he told me, I said, all right, I'll just reapply. Like once I have the necessary certifications plus that, like getting into the tech field, I'm starting to see it's like pretty much before COVID, it seemed very simple,
Yeah,
but
that's the
since
thing.
COVID,
I think we
it's
are
like damn near impossible.
because I think we talked about this in, was it the last podcast or the last of the last podcast or something?
Either the last one or the one before, possibly both, really.
But like one of the issues is that like say like we were saying with before freaking 2015 or whatever, or not yeah, with the 2015 or with the like even before COVID, like how tech like seemed to work. You apply, or at least say with from my perspective, apply. I do an easy coding test, like just to see if you know how to breathe type of coding test. And then you get hired and they train you on the job. Like you take like a week for training and learning all the freaking libraries or whatever crap. And
Yeah.
like, coding in their specific way for their company.
Hmm.
But then it seemed like after COVID or I don't know. I don't know when it's happened, but I just know like it definitely changed because people even complain about it online. Is that now they expect you to like there is no training. They just want you to know everything when you come in. Like it's almost like a full-blown laziness. Or like I don't know if it's money hungry. I don't know what it is. Like where they just they want you to know everything from the start.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't make sense. Because it's like you can't get experience really like how stuff work on the job without being on the job. Like, say, I don't know, like say with CS. Like, yeah, maybe I could, spend all my time doing projects, making my own projects that are similar to work. I don't know what projects are similar to work. I don't know, like, I don't have these type of databases or whatever. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience, you know, doing it for free, especially now. Like I stopped even reading my textbooks. Well, at least for now, because there's no point. Like what? I'm just gonna read like just keep reading during after UPS. Don't work out. Don't like apply for other jobs because applying takes time too.
Yeah, it really does.
It's so stupid, but nothing I can do. That's what I'm learning. Nothing you can do. Just let what happens happens. That's why, like with the Nvidia, I'm not even assuming anything's gonna happen. Even if I got a test, which they probably would give because I think my freaking resume is amazing. It's literally god tier. It's literally god tier. If I showed you that resume, you'd be like, dang, Jabari's freaking impressive. But that doesn't mean anything. Because if you tested me on any of that, I would fail every single test.
Maybe that's what I should do, Jabbar. Maybe I should test you on everything, man.
But the problem
You
with
know what's
these
crazy?
tests, what?
Like we joked about it, right? It kind of reminded me as if like I was in an episode of The Simpsons. In the interview, man, she truly like had me like gave me a scenario where I had to show her my negotiation skills. And at first I was like, I don't want to do this shit, but then I was like, oh, I am in an interview, you know? Um, but it's just crazy, bro. Like I literally had to show her like and rightfully so, like if I'm going to be doing that and all this stuff, blah blah blah, like it makes sense, right? It comes with the territory. But like in the middle of it, I was just like, this is just so stupid. Like that's literally what I thought the entire time. She was like, so let's pretend like I'm a customer and this and this. And then she started like, like giving me objections and all this stuff. And like I was handling them fairly well, right? And she's like, "Oh man, like you're going to be an awesome fit. Like, hopefully no other district tries to poach you from me." And I was like, "Dude, this is just a temporary job. I'm only working here till the end of the year at that, like at most."
Oh, so this is definitely not long term.
Oh, definitely not. This is just like something for me to still make some income while I'm doing whatever I have to do for me to get into cybersecurity or until other business ventures like start turning more profit.
Mhm. Yeah. That's why I'm just hoping.
I mean, is UPS long term for you?
Obviously not. Like the millisecond I find anything else, I'm leaving. Rather that's the teaching, rather that's the obviously if it's a coding or tech type of job. Because I started like I did my little ChatGPT like usual, trying to redo my strategy. So now I am trying to specifically go for computer science teaching or completely apply for these sort of jobs, but try to like convince them not to give me a coding test somehow. Because I think that's just messing me up every time. If there's a timed coding test, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's the pressure. It's the idea that like it's unrealistic, and I just don't have that type of memory. I just don't have that type of memory, and I don't have
So
the
like,
the passion to force myself to do it. Like force myself to learn, like doing drills or something. Because
yeah,
like it's not as easy as like I don't know. It's like say with language learning, you can drill yourself with that. Like say if I got a job and they're like, hey, you need to learn Chinese or like learn these certain this level of Chinese by next month or something. Like you can easily drill yourself on your own because you can use flashcards and they have all these different apps for flashcard apps and stuff like that. But for freaking coding, you have to like I don't even know how like you have to just be good at just either drill yourself for like a month straight every day for like 8 hours until it just becomes muscle memory. Like you don't actually know how it works. You just remember it so well.
Yeah.
Or you're just a genius. You're just genius. Like what do they call it? Like autistic savant or whatever. Like where they just remember everything. And I just can't. I don't have that type. Like I don't have that type of memory. I don't have that type of memory for that type of stuff. I don't know why. I don't know how to do it. Dad.
You know, Jabari, I really hope things get better for us, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I personally blame George Bush, but
No. I think it can all be blamed. I do think. I think everything changed 2015. Right when Trump got elected for that first time. That's when the world changed.
yes.
And it was like it was hidden at first, like where you could almost kind of chill. Like you could ignore it. Or at least I could, because that was like, we've just graduated from high school. That next year he gets elected somehow. I wasn't even able to vote. I was going to vote Hillary, but I messed up. I wasn't in my right voting district. I was still in
Really?
George Mason. Yeah, I didn't know that you had to change your voting district. I thought like I don't know. That was my first election, so I didn't know how this stuff worked. So I walked into the George Mason election like booth. And you're like, hey, your voting district is Chesapeake. Like I can't so I can't even vote. I can't go back, like go drive down that quickly.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I can't vote. And I believe I was the reason why he got elected. If I voted that day, something would have changed and Hillary would have been elected. It's the same with this time. If I would have just voted for Kamala, Trump would have been elected. But I did. I had to do it out of spite because those politicians pissed me off.
You said the what pissed you off?
The politicians, when I sent all those emails,
Oh
they
yeah.
ignored it. And and I made that video and no one cared. And then it turned out, I was 100% right. Oh yeah, they are outsourcing everything. And now people want to talk about it on Reddit. Like I was talking about this like over a year ago. And you guys ignored. You're like, you're just complaining. Oh, you're being racist. I'm not being racist. I didn't say anything bad about India. I just said that all the jobs are over there. And they are. Because it's cheaper. And they have a huge freaking population of IT.
Where?
Bangalore.
I'm not going to a place I can barely pronounce.
You probably wouldn't go there anyway. The amount,
Why is that?
like, I mean, not, and I'm not saying this in a racist way. I'm just saying this in a, like, that's just, that country is filthy. That's all I can say. That country is
Oh,
filthy.
it's a lot of
Bangalore.
no, um.
I'm
Where's
gonna make sure.
Bangalore? It's in India, right?
I should just turn up the volume of that part so you can get quadruple canceled. Like no, all the podcast is going to be like at volume of like 0.5, and that one part is going to be like a 2,000, so everyone can hear fully.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I would gaslight every single person who questioned me about it. Did you really just say that? You're gonna believe a podcast that's edited by somebody who loves AI? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Gaslighting is just so easy. Jabari,
It really is.
may I tell you something, my friend?
What?
You kind of woke me up from my nap.
Yeah, I know. I knew that. And
So,
if anything, that's probably a good thing because you shouldn't be taking naps at this time. You probably still be at work, if anything.
what do you mean still would be at work? Oh yeah,
Once
definitely
work
would
starts.
be.
Yeah, so you shouldn't
Yeah,
be
but work
napping anyway. The only
started.
person who can nap is me
Not started.
because I had the early times.
Well,
So
Jabari,
I can't
nobody
nap right
told
now.
you nobody told you to send a mass packy her managers, her manager's managers, her manager's manager,
Well, no one
her
asked her
manager's.
to not just say, "Hey, your time is at 4:30." Hey,
She didn't want to do it. How about that's
you
a
know what's
valid enough
interesting?
reason.
You know what is also interesting? I mean, it could be they're at different parts of the factory, but I have not seen those two. Those
The
other
other
two.
two from the first day.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. So it could be they weren't even planning on hiring anyone. They were just doing it to do it. And I just made enough noise and they, just like, yo, just put him on something. Because I have not seen those two. And like, you know how you're supposed to be doing those morning routines or whatever.
Hmm.
I didn't see them doing the morning routines. I didn't see them at all. Like for my how many times? I've only
Oh,
been
that's
there
the UPS
two
store.
times.
I was hoping it was a warehouse.
No, it is a warehouse. Hello?
No, I was looking up UPS jobs, but it was at the store.
Oh. Yeah, you have to do like the Virginia Beach, whatever warehouse. It's like an airfield something. I can say that on podcast because it's freaking UPS.
Is it Fentress?
What?
Fentress Airfield?
It must be. I just know it has
No,
airfield in it.
no, I'm just asking because I know that part of Virginia Beach. Let me see.
I just know
UPS.
the address has airfield in it or something. Air something.
You're literally the worst person
Well, I mean,
to ask any specifics.
I don't look at the freaking directions. I just put in the address on GPS and I just drive there, following the GPS directions every time.
There are still no jobs available.
Yeah, that's why
I'm not,
I don't know. And then it seems I don't know. I don't know because it seemed like I saw like there are other people, but I don't know how old or new they are. Like I don't know if they're newer than me or like they're still in their quote training process, and they've been there for like 2 weeks or something.
hmm.
Who knows? All I know is I'm definitely the newest for sure. Because even say on that stupid uh, truck packing thing, she said that like the newest person that like other than me being the newest, obviously, the next newest person has been there for like a couple months. So I don't
Really?
know if I just made enough noise where they're just like just give them the job. Now you have to, or if those other people are just in different positions. But then it leads to the question. But that's a question that everyone asks about every job application is why put them out there in the first place then if you're not planning on hiring anyone,
Yeah,
especially
literally.
for package handling. Like it's not like there's a superior package handler. Oh, he's genius level. No, you just need a warm body.
Let me see.
And they
See if
never
this.
asked about my
Oh,
credentials, so
oh yeah,
that doubly asked for the question like why even put it out there if apparently you weren't planning on like actually like using these employees. Like maybe it was
damn.
just something by corporate, like corporate says like, hey, you have to put out these applications every month or something once a month.
Yeah.
Like, we're not actually planning on hiring anyone, but by law, you have to like, if you have spots open, you have to open them or say that you're willing to hire someone, even if you're not actually willing to. I don't know. It all makes no sense.
It
Whole
doesn't.
world makes no sense.
Hopefully things with you and Packy get better.
And I just hope I do not deal with her at all. Like I hope I never really know who she is, and I hope she just never really interacts with me at all. I doubly hope I just find a job, find something. Even if it's like at this point, like how much I'm getting paid. Because luckily, which is I guess a lucky thing, which I guess I never mind. I don't wish I was doing the UPS job earlier. But like I guess as of now is a beneficial thing. Is that like, I of course live at home with my parents. So I have no expenses at all. Like no food or
Yeah.
whatever. Because they cook or my mom's cooking food or getting like fast food or whatever. So I'm just saving. So even if like say some random job, like say similar to Hong Kong situation again, or like whatever job happens, and they're like, oh well, you got to fly to China, just get a hotel and just get the flight. Well, technically, I would have enough, at least for a couple days, at least for a couple days. I would definitely have enough for the flight because even if it's 1,000 or whatever, if I get paid like how much would I get paid a day? Whatever amount a day. Well, How much do I get paid today? How much do I? 'Cause I work for 5 hours basically, from like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, basically 5 hours. 3 times 5 is $100 a day. So I guess after a week, I would have enough to afford a flight alone, and then I'll have to wait another week to hopefully afford like a hotel for an extended amount of time.
So it sounds like you're just staying in America for a while.
This is so stupid. Everything is so stupid. It's like I wish I never left. I wish I never left. If I just didn't leave.
Yeah,
And then what's
yeah. That
funny, like my
the person
reasons,
that
all these
with
reasons,
20 to 30%,
yeah, all
you
these
know,
reasons for leaving, like, oh man, I want to see family. Well, that got screwed. Oh, I want to see friends. Well, literally, you're the only friend I talk to now. Literally, only have one friend now.
I feel honored, Jabari. I feel honored.
What else? Oh yeah, I can't find a job. I can't even. I like. Oh, I want to be patriotic. I'm literally the opposite patriotic now.
You know, Jabari, I will say this. I don't. I was just going to be petty and say that's kind of like what, as far as the friends thing is concerned, it's kind of what you get for saying that she was 20 to 30% of the reason you came back. You know, maybe if you just didn't fight me on that percentage, or didn't like there's just it's okay.
No, 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 it's not. Nothing about this. Okay.
Well, look, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take me a nap. Okay, you are gonna make this video,
What's
and by the
crazy
beginning of the year,
though
we will
is
be
that
done.
I thought I was gonna make a video here, but there's not a place for me to like put my iPad because I can't. I'm not gonna memorize this script. It's only a
Yes.
60-second script, but I just don't care. I just want to get it done with. But I need to like have the iPad on something so I can read it while looking at the camera.
Mhm.
And I assumed that the benches would have like little grooves on it, those line grooves, so I can kind of post the iPad on it. That's why I went to the park in the first place. But no, no, it's those stupid hole benches, the benches with all the holes in them.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Oh, the really uncomfortable ones.
yeah, so I can't even put my iPad on anything. So I don't know how I'm going to record this video, and I'm not going to memorize the script. Wait, maybe I
Well,
could push
Jabari,
these benches. I don't know.
I'm going to memorize this sleep, and yes, I haven't taken my daily nap yet, so I have to go.
Well, for me, right when I finish this, it'll be time for me to go to sleep in general because I have to wake up at 3 or 12.
Well,
This
good luck
sucks.
with sport.
And then
I'll
tomorrow
be up.
the day begins where I have to do the stupid packing and then mess up and then or maybe I already messed up. I could have been I messed up today and they'll
Oh,
clean up
don't worry.
tomorrow.
Packy will let you know.
You mean Packy?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Packy will let you know.
Yeah, yeah, she definitely will. And if she tries anything, I will threaten. I will say, hey, I sent an email before. I will do it again.
And just then call me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it turns out the Packy you were this whole time was your cousin, one of your favorite cousins. It's like, oh, that Packy. I knew the name sounded familiar. And then you take her side. And then let's just say no one will be standing in that warehouse again. That's all I will have to say.
Well, we will see how it plays out then, my friend.
Okay. Well, let
Well,
me go and
see ya.
record this thing. Yeah, see you.